Part 15. So the old white horse galloped. White is Weiss in German, so an old wise horse, linking to this idea of the wise men again. Reiter or rider is German for like horseman. It's also a homophone for writer, as in Eliot himself. So if you think, behold a pale horse, behold a wise writer. Meadow in hieroglyphics is something like Isiru, which is a precinct of Mut at Karnak. It's also like a water meadow. And I tried to Google that, it just gave me the sacred lake, maybe Montu Temple, which looked like quite an elaborate series of lakes, etc., water underneath, and represent different deities. But again, I didn't want to stay down too many wormholes for too long. Then there's the White Horse of Magdeburg, which I mentioned previously. The Magdeburg rider is a composition of 3 sandstone statues. You've got 3 again. A larger equestrian statue accompanied by 2 female figures. The rider is a young man wearing a crown. It says almost certainly a depiction of Otto the Great. I'm sure it is in part, but also metaphorically somebody else. He is flanked by 2 females, usually described as maidens, Jungfrauen, and representatives of the people. It says it's highly unlikely they're supposed to depict the rider's wife, daughters, or other family members, because why would you? And the stone was quoted from Bernstein. I think it's also allegorical of Jesus, accompanied by 2 females, the tower and the mother. One of the maidens carries a shield that still bears the markings of a painted imperial eagle, while the second carried a lance, probably a flagstaff, which is now lost. So the shield is like an aegis, protection, and the lance a spear, as in Brittany. Then in a monument in Worms, like Wrigley Worms, it talks about Luther's face turned upwards. That's similar to looking for a star, like following a star, like the Magi. I think built by Frederick Wise of Saxony, so you've got the Wise again. There's a mourning, as in sad, figure of the town of Magdeburg depicted on the lower pedestal. And so I thought, could that also be the mourning window of the other poem, Mourning at the Window? And then it goes on to say, the baptistry of the cathedral is a depiction of the adoration of the shepherds, large, huge reliefs taken from the old cloisters, with a tombstone of 3 Frankish princesses and St. Juliana and the Devil. So around the same time, this isn't the same article, the Bamberg rider appeared or was built or whatever. It's inside a church rather than this previous statue was outside. It's now inside, like in the museum. So on Wikipedia it was saying, according to the reconstruction, I presume, of the church, the horseman was supposed to be one of the 3 wise men in the scene depicting the birth of Jesus because of his upturned gaze towards the Star of Bethlehem. One of the first statues to depict a horseshoe. I always think of shoe as in Egypt. Horseshoes are associated with luck and also blacksmith. And beneath the horse's front hooves is a sculpture of the Green Man, hinting at paganism.